I'm going to talk to you about the LinkyThinks Word Wheel book, Advanced Edition. And this is for ages 9 to 13. And it's designed to help children in a kind of tactile, user-friendly way, expand their vocabulary, make more ambitious choices in their descriptive and creative writing, and just think about the alternatives available to them. So, for example, the first wheel, there's 10 wheels in the book. First wheel is all to do with sentence openers. So it shows you, instead of starting with the subject of the sentence, like he or she or it or the, you've got the options to open with a verb, open with an adverb, open with a simile, open with an emotion, and then loads of examples of how you can do that. Instead of then, you can use a time conjunction. You've got all these options here instead. Instead of but or and or so, you've got some comparison connectives there as well. The second page is all about formal phrases. So in more academic or persuasive, discursive writing, words instead of and, words instead of but, some example phrases like as proof, as evidenced by, as seen demonstrably, thus, for instance, the data shows, etc., etc. You've got some summary words and phrases for when you're summarising the end of an essay, discuss and persuade. And then from there, you get into more of the general literacy stuff like verbs and adjectives. So some really common basic verbs like saw, ran, said, and walked. You've got all of these other options, and I often encourage children to act these out when working with them. So we look at, well, what are the specific qualities of marching as opposed to sauntering, and when might you trek as opposed to meander or trudge or prowl? They're not all exact synonyms of walked, and the user guide that comes with the Word Wheel book helps to explain how you might support a child in recognising the different qualities of different words. Adjectives, same thing, improvements from good, bad, small and big. Then you've got a little bit more involved now, emotions. So I was happy, I was sad, I was scared, I was angry. And then you've got some basic show, don't tell phrases, and then some more advanced show, don't tell phrases as we branch out. So rather than just giving synonyms for these emotions, words and phrases that actually show that emotion in the body and behaviour. 5 senses, got loads of different words, verbs and adjectives for the 5 senses. You've got nature, describing the sky, the ground, the mountains, the trees. Seasons and weather, autumn, winter, spring, summer. Not only words on the inner circle, but fancy phrases on the outer circle. You've also got one on animals, mammals, fish, reptiles, amphibians, and birds. And again, you've got simple phrases, simple words, that you might use, and then more ambitious phrases. And then a particular favourite is the colours word wheel. We all know kids who rely on either boring colours or fancy colours that don't really fit. So they talk about, sapphire this and emerald that, but actually not everything that's green is emerald, not everything that is blue is sapphire. When might you use which word? And that's why you've got loads of actual sentences and phrases around the perimeter there. So like I say, it comes with a user guide, loads of ideas for games and activities and lesson plans, how to visualize language, how to color code a child's writing so they can go back and independently use the Word Wheel book. It's a tool to support you when planning writing, and just a general handy thing to have around the classroom.